You are now tuned in to the Windy City Benders podcast. This is WCBP.
All right, it's another episode of WCB podcast. Hockey is back. Lots going on. 116 straight days of hockey. We are on day 4?
Yeah.
Day 4.
So
Capitals, Pittsburgh on right now, and they for some reason can't figure out that a goal that hits the crossbar isn't a goal.
So don't call it a goal.
Yeah. So what's up, Tanner? How you doing, bud?
Doing great, man. I'm finally going to be able to watch the Hawks tonight because I've been working the last 2 games. But, that's fine because they gave a total of 10 goals again. So it's just like, let's wash that away.
It has not been good. They called it a good goal.
Wait, what?
Even them on the bench, he's like, whoa, yeah, let's run. Are you kidding me?
Holy shit. What?
That clearly hit the crossbar.
Oh, I wonder if the audio, I don't know, did he put it in afterwards? This is good stuff right now.
How is that? I'm sorry. I'm just blown away by that. How is that a goal? And I just lost my signal. All right, whatever. Probably the best.
What is Toronto seeing that we're not seeing? What the fuck?
It clearly hit the crossbar and jumped right down in the crease. All right. Anyway, you're going to watch it. At least you'll know. If you're listening to this, you should know by now because it'll come out tomorrow, and this will be probably talked about on Hockey Twitter about how brutal either officiating or Toronto's being.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's brutal. And if Washington ends up losing this game because of that, that's kind of hilarious. But yeah, not good start for the Hawks. I after game 1 kind of question. I know we set the bar pretty low. You had that good little soundbite last episode about low expectations.
Expectations, baby. Let's go. Guess who wasn't upset? I wasn't upset.
I don't know. I think our expectations weren't low enough. I was expecting a little bit more of a fight coming out of that, at least that first game.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't are we just gonna go straight into talking about the games right now?
Yeah, let's do that.
All right. I think it wasn't terrible. It was clearly they had a strong first 10 minutes of the first period. They were in there with them, and it was when was the first goal scored? Because as soon as that happened, then it was you could see that they were a little bit deflated. And they didn't finish the period good at all. But it doesn't help too when I don't know, there's some lucky bounces. The Hawks are not going to get lucky bounces this year. They literally are not. That's one of those big things that I don't think the Hawks ever usually get lucky bounces. But the one that goes out of the corner from Matthew Joseph and goes off the back of Subban, that was just no.
And then that tip for the third goal was unreal.
Yeah. And Subban can't really do much about that, but
all right, on Tuesday or Wednesday,
baby.
Yeah, Wednesday, the first goal came on a power play. And 10 minutes, halfway through. So yeah, literally, we got through 10 minutes of play. It was fairly decent.
Yeah, and then the power play wasn't anything crazy. The reason he scored was because nobody fucking put the body on Palat in front of the net. And who's standing right next to him? Duncan Keith, who just waves his stick at him. And I'm just oh God. Why is he standing right in Subban's grill?
He did. I mean, the same thing happened game 2. I mean, we'll get to that game, but Delia played the puck, and when he goes to get back in front of the net, I don't know if Keith's not talking to Delia about there's a guy coming, or if Delia is just freaking out because guy coming hard on him, and then he tries to get back in front of the net, and Keith is just kind of standing there in the crease, not really doing anything, just more being in the way. I don't know what was up with Keith the first couple games. He didn't look good at all. What did you think of Subban's play for that first game overall?
Yeah, he was clearly tested. like, like, like for the first goal, that's one of the ones where you really wish that you could hold on to that rebound. But I mean, fuck, man, it's difficult, Like, and then Palat also does make a nice move where he kicks it to his stick.
Yeah.
And puts it in. But that's the thing too. Like, he has enough time standing right in his grill to kick it to his stick and then put it in. It's like, why isn't any that's one of the things where I noticed that I liked having Zadorov out there because that man just stands in front of the net and is just like, you're not gonna do anything here. Like, I like having Zadorov. I thought he looked pretty good.
Yeah.
And
the nice little size and grit out there, which is
and throwing the body. Like, honestly, defensively, it's not as bad as I thought it would be. I think Ian Mitchell looked pretty good. The one thing that he did wrong that I would say was on the second goal, even though it was like a lucky goal, what happened if you watch the replay, he gets caught in the corner just kind of watching after he went after Matthew Joseph. He's kind of just checking the play and see what's going on while Joseph is crashing the net from behind, and then he just throws the puck on net and goes off the back of Subban and in.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, shit. Like, if you were going hard still, and you were on him, he might not even touch that puck. But like I said, it was a lucky bounce off the back of him, and then he doesn't know where it's at. Cuts, pushes off, goes to the other side of the net, and just kicks off the back of his pads and in. Just fuck, man. Bad luck there.
Yeah. It was kind of cool seeing Mitchell did get a little bit of penalty kill time. He played almost a minute out there. Boquist was the only defenseman who didn't see penalty kill time.
I don't think that's ever going to be.
Yeah. And
unless for some reason we get a 5-on-3 and it's for 2 minutes and you need to put and only the two people in the box are two defensemen that are on the penalty kill typically.
Yeah.
I think that's the only time you'd ever see him, and that's even a possibility. You might not even see him on the penalty kill still.
So speaking about Subban again, just I'm looking at the stats here. He finished the game with 85% save percentage. So.
Yeah. Which, I mean, doesn't really when it's such a 90s kind of stat to just look at the save percentage with all the advanced stats we have now. It's kind of you look at the quality of shots as well. And if you're watching the game, he made some pretty good saves. There's a few times I think that he looks like he's maybe not completely in position and tries to use athleticism to make saves rather than just sound goaltending.
I was gonna say I have that written down here that I personally didn't think Subban looked that great out there. I know he had a couple big saves and a couple of the goals weren't his fault. Like you said, nothing he can do on them.
Right.
There's times where his positioning, he just looked lost out there. He really didn't know what he it looked like he was you could totally tell that he hasn't had a full game of hockey played in a long time. It just did not look great in my opinion at all.
It doesn't help to be going against basically the exact same team that won the Stanley Cup.
Right. Yeah. And that's another thing too. It's I always think of this, the Arizona Cardinals coach when he was off on the Chicago Bears, a couple years in the Monday Night Football, they are who we thought they were and Tampa Bay is who we thought they were. There's a reason why they are a lot of people's pick to win the cup again and repeat. I think they're clearly top 2, top 3 team in the league still. And definitely definitely took advantage of this young team that didn't. I mean, you guys, it's a hard situation going into this for all the teams, but especially a team like the Hawks who are so young. They lost so many of their big veterans, and not even I know Doc's not a big veteran, but a big part of that team that you have to throw this team together, 2-week training camp, no preseason games to kind of get some gelling going. And then you have to open up the season with back-to-back games against the defending cup champs. Dude, get the fuck out of here. There's no way. This could have been actually so much worse now that you think about it.
Yeah, that's the thing. You could tell just watching the game, there's a certain sense of confidence that Tampa Bay just has when they have the puck and they're skating with it. And it's just kind of it really feels like they're oh, we're going to take this in and we're going to set up and we're going to do whatever the fuck we want. And there's nothing you can do about it. You're just like, oh fuck, please don't.
There's a couple times I'm watching them do like come in and like do exactly that. And I'm just like, oh, so this is how it felt playing against the Hawks between
Yeah.
2010 and 2015. Oh shit.
That's insane.
This
There's,
sucks.
oh man, dude, this isn't fun to watch.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's still like some bright spots, like there was chances that the Hawks got, but I mean, then you not only do you get the chances, but then now you have to face like one of the best goalies in the league that fucking wins Vezinas and shit. And you're like, okay, well, we got past their offense, which is pretty fucking high powered. Now we're getting past their like pretty fucking great defense, and it's like, all right, now there's the third step there is getting past their great fucking goalie. It's like, god damn, man. But yeah, he made some good saves. Like Shaw had a good chance. I think Puce Suter looked pretty good.
He looked really good.
I liked it. I like that's
I
what
like that line.
honestly, like seeing the guys that we haven't really seen yet on that have been playing the last couple of days, like they've been looking like decent, like if they what was it when I was listening to the broadcast, they were talking about how like it's gonna probably take 5 or 6 games to actually like really get into it because they have no preseason games, so like once they get settled in, I think they're gonna look pretty good. Like that fourth line looked good from the start.
Dude, since the playoffs last year, that has been a line to not mess with. Like, what is it? Highmore, Cam.
It's so weird to me though that they played more. They had more ice time than like Kubalik.
Yeah, so that was something I was going to bring up too. Because Noli was texting about it in our group chat, and so Kubalik, where's that? Where's he at?
11 minutes and 30 seconds.
Yeah, 11 minutes 30 seconds. Suter 11 minutes and 49 seconds. That line had one less shot than the Kane line.
In about 9 less minutes.
Yeah, 9 less minutes. Suter had as many shots as Kane did.
Yeah.
You don't have a lot of offensive power. So that's clearly a gun ho, shoot the puck, get to the net type of line. Why are they only playing 11 minutes?
That's the pucks on net line that I was saying in our group chat, man. Like Peary just scores goals. He like doesn't get assists. Kubalik scores fucking 5-on-5 like crazy. Suter's supposed to be just another Kubalik. Yeah. So I was like, yo, that line is getting pucks to the fucking net, and they look great. Like when they were doing it, like they're moving the puck back and forth too, and then just getting shots on net. They actually had like I think some of the best chances during that game.
Yeah, Suter had that nice little breakaway. I think he picked up a takeaway, and then I mean, there was just I think he did one little move that just Vasilevsky wasn't biting on. But I mean, that line, I think they played more. When we move to the Nets game, I'll look it up with their ice time. But that's a line that needs to be out there. Not as much. I don't think they're gonna. I mean, clearly you can't have as much as Kane, but I mean they need to be seen second line minutes. They can't be doing this like 10-minute bullshit, 11-minute bullshit.
Right. Like if you like we need to score fucking goals. Like I don't like if you want to just play defensively, that's not going to work. The team's not a very good defensive team. Like you can't be playing the fourth line so much. But I guess like if you're trying to match the fourth line up with their top guys, like that's why they're probably playing more. But
I mean, their fourth line's not even a fourth line. Like they are like a third, second line type line too. They just have that extra grit. Like they're like we saw in the playoffs last year, and we saw it in that. I know it's just a scrimmage, but like that line together, they put up some offense too. Like they get dirty, but they put the puck on net and they create opportunities for themselves.
I just saw that David Kampf have a 71 like face-off percentage that game too. It's pretty good. Not too shabby. Yeah, I think all in all, like it's tough to come out against Tampa, who has the least time off, which I think is in this sense is good for them because like in a normal season, if you go the whole 82 games and then go the whole playoffs and then you go right into the next season, you can be dogging it a little bit. But I mean, they had the whole summer off. Then they played a little bit longer of a playoffs and then a couple months off. I think you're more fresh and probably
hot
still into it a little bit more when you're winning the Stanley Cup and coming into this season than like any other.
And you said it's almost entirely the same team. So
Yeah.
that chemistry, they're not have to build up that chemistry.
Braden Coburn, Cedric Paquette, and Kevin Shattenkirk, and that's about it.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's literally the same fucking team. And it's like you can fill those 3 spots, and like having the same team, like those spots are they're gonna be so much more comfortable because that team's already very confident and comfortable. And there's no pressure for them, like it's it sucks because like that's not the shit that we got to do in 2010.
Right.
Like that team had to be torn apart because of the salary cap. Like nobody could just go on LTIR and be like, oh well, we're 16 million over the cap, but like we have injuries,
This
so
guy's gone. He's just hurt. Let's
yeah, it's fucking horseshit. Like I wanted their team to be torn apart like the Blackhawks like and just get like fucking screwed in every trade because like you have no trade power. It's not fair.
Bullshit. Yeah, and the only goal the Hawks scored that game was off of a defenseman, and then off Vasilevsky. So in a way, it was 5-0, but the Hawks dropped that one 5-1. Then Saturday, Friday comes around, game 2, same teams. Before we get to talk about it, how do you like this way it's set up with the schedule, like baseball series style? Do you like that, like a little mini series?
I kind of like it, but then I also kind of don't because when the first game is 5-1, I'm like, oh god, not again. And I was right because then it's 5-2. It's like, okay, like we got slightly better, but it's still 5 goals. Like, great, our team is averaging 5 goals against per game. It's gonna be a long season then.
It's gonna be real long. Much better start though.
Yes.
That first period, it looked like a better I don't know, say it's like a good team, but they looked definitely like a better team. They looked like they were embarrassed for how they played that first game, which is what I think is going to have to happen a lot. They're going to have to be embarrassed about how they're playing to kind of get that motivation going, because I don't know where else they're going to find motivation in this type of season.
Yeah, there's got to be a fire, and it's got to carry them through the entire game, not just part of it, And like we saw what happened again, like they get scored on, and then it's like, oh fuck, and then 1-2 like right afterwards. It's like
3.
Oh, cool. Now we're down 3-0 when there was just 1 goal 2 minutes ago. Like
it was like a 5-minute span where there was 3 really quick goals. I thought Delia looked really good. I think right now you got to ride him as your one guy. I think you don't think so?
I honestly, you could just keep flopping them back and forth until somebody wins a game, really.
Yeah, but I think Delia, I don't know. I just think it's like a little biased because Delia kind of seen him in Rockford and stuff, and like he was supposed to be his position, and then Lehner came in, and now he's finally getting it. So it's like I feel like he's got a little bit more to prove.
What was Subban's save percentage?
84.
84. Okay.
He is.
Delius is like 86.
So much better. That's starter material right there.
But like who didn't expect it against like the team that we're playing, and also the fact that no one had there's been 60 games started between the goalies that we have.
Even if that, I would be shocked if it was that high.
Yeah.
Between Delia and Subban.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I'd be shocked.
Oh, it might be 40 something. Because I think Subban has 38 or something like that. I don't know. Either way, man. But hey,
oh no, he did had 61 games started.
Okay, see, I was right. I remember seeing.
That's a surprise. When the hell did he play that many games?
I don't know. I know they switched up the line slightly in game 2, and I can't remember what. Oh, they brought Kurashev in, and I thought Kurashev actually looked really good
Yeah, he looked great.
from the things that I saw. Like I was listening to the game basically at work on the radio, and like they kept saying Kurashev was looking good, so I was like, all right, I didn't have to believe it, and then I just kind of watched the highlights, and I was like, okay, yeah, see it.
He got moved to the from the taxi squad to the main roster when they put Doc and Taves on LTIR.
Oh yeah,
So I think is going to be in the lineup more often.
that's
And he earned it after that last game. I thought they moved Suter up to between Kane and DeBrincat, I believe, for a little bit.
okay.
And Kane was actually talking today, saying that he really enjoyed playing with him. He said that kid works hard. He gets to the puck. He shows where he knows where he needs to be, type of thing. So he says he knows he's gonna be playing with a lot of different centers this year. But he definitely was impressed with Suter, which I
That's
guess
good.
huge. That's a huge, got to be a ego boost a little bit, or confidence booster, hearing Kaner crazy like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's like hopefully he's going to be the one that kind of runs with it then, like working hard and just wants to show that he can do it all, and hopefully that just sticks.
But yes, speaking of Kaner, I think him and DeBrincat, they looked really good playing together. It was like they're starting to gel a little bit.
DeBrincat got on the board.
DeBrincat get on the board. Kaner got on the board.
I think that's going to be really, really good for him right now, because like how he was in such a like it's basically a slump for him last year when he scored almost 20 goals, but like to get on the board early on in the season, and with that goal, that was a nice fucking goal too.
Yeah, power play one timer from Strome.
Yeah, like Strom just setting up down low, like right on the goalpost basically, and just goes cross crease with it, and then just top shelf.
See,
And
that's what we pay you for. Let's
that's
go.
that's the stuff that we're hoping they can do, and I'm really hoping they can continue doing that, like for the rest of the season.
You want a bigger ticket, Strom? Do more of that. Let's go.
Yeah. And then for the second goal, like literally like right after that, DeBrincat makes a nice little pass to Kaner, and Kaner just goes backhand.
Yeah, nice little no look too. Like no look, just threw it behind him.
And he split like the fucking defenseman with it too.
Yeah, I mean, DeBrincat looks. I know it's only 2 games in, but man, DeBrincat looks like he's feeling it. And if that's anything, like that's the kind of stuff you have to take out a season like this, where we're probably not making the playoffs if we're being realistic. So you need to use the shortened season, get these players who maybe had off seasons last year, get them their confidence back up there. And so when we get back next year, when we are fully healthy, hopefully, and maybe make a couple moves to get this team more solidified, they'll be ready to make it run.
Hopefully. We just got to get these guys going.
I was going to pull up the ice time for those guys too, just to see the difference real quick.
But yeah, they played a little less on than the game before.
Kubalik.
Kaner played only about 18 minutes instead of 20.
Yeah, Kubalik jumped up to 15, just under 16 minutes.
Yep.
Rome
played less. He was almost at 20. He's at like 15, 16 minutes.
Suter was at 17.
Yanmark was out there a decent amount.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that actually, like, one of the things that surprised me is that Tampa didn't score a power play goal.
No, which I was surprised too, because you were texting and you're like, I don't know if our penalty kill is just that bad or if Tampa's power play is that good.
Yeah.
And I looked at the stats and I was shocked that they didn't actually score a goal on the Friday. But I don't know. I think other guy said it best. I think it was a little bit A, a little bit of B. I think that team we have a decent penalty kill when certain guys are out there. But I mean, the second you get a high powered offense, it's like, fuck.
Yeah, they were like third, or they were top 5 on the power play last year. And like we said, basically the same fucking team returning to the ice. So it's like, you expect more of the same.
So
but yeah, I mean, Hawks ended up shooting 37 shots though, too. Like
they weren't. Yeah, they didn't play. They didn't sit back as much. They actually brought the fight to them, which was nice to see. But in the end of it, you're not going to do much when you're facing that team, and another 5-2 loss. So 3 goals for, 10 against in the first 2 games. Yeah, that's not good.
hopefully you can just only go up from here, but you never know. Also, hey, positive note, only got to face him 5 more times.
Oh fuck.
It's gonna hopefully not be so bad.
Yeah, so that leads into today, game 3, 6:00 against the Florida Panthers. Same roster as Friday. Delia gets the start again.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Nice.
This is going to be interesting too. We're going to see how this works because Hawks are coming in off of 2 games against Tampa and just getting their dicks kicked in. And Florida's coming in playing their first game after having to postpone their first 2 because of Dallas's COVID protocol.
Yes.
So what are you expecting, do you think? Do you think you're going to see?
I'm hoping the Hawks can come out hot. You know, like they've got the 2 games under their belt now. Like they came out pretty decent on Friday, and hopefully they can continue that. And I'm hoping Florida is a little bit flat to start the game. You know, maybe we see a little bit more of Bob from last season.
Is Bob playing?
Is he?
I thought he was hurt still.
Let's find out. I don't remember. I haven't been paying attention to anything about Florida because they haven't been doing a damn thing.
Well, while you look that up, Kanner was talking to the media this morning too, and he was saying
Bob is playing, by the way.
Bob is
not.
Is not okay. Yeah, talking to the media, he was saying they were doing a Zoom chat with like the guys on the team, and John Quinville was wearing he said John Quinville had this stupid hat on. So I go to text him like separately, like, hey, nice hat. And as soon as I hit send, I look back at my phone. I realized I texted Joel Quinville.
Who said that?
Kaner. So
yeah.
Zoom, and he's trying to chirp John Quinville for the hat he's wearing in the Zoom, and he texts Joel Quinville instead. He's like, yeah, that was something I instantly wish I could take back.
That's really funny.
But yeah, it's always interesting seeing them play Coach Q. I mean, they only played him twice last year.
Yeah.
Twice. Once in Chicago, once in Florida.
Yep.
So it's always something a little nice to see. Yeah, I really don't know what to expect too much. It's just a weird situation with the COVID and all that. Florida's either going to come in hot and ready to play, or they're going to be a little bit rusty.
Yeah.
One of the main stories going on for Florida right now too is Keith Yandel talking about. I mean, it came out that he was told by, was it Q or management, that he didn't fit into their plans.
I don't remember. I just remember seeing that it was possible that he's just not going to be in their plans for the future. So I can't remember if it was people were like, is this coming from management or is this coming from Q? Like, yeah. Nobody really knew. But everybody was just like, I thought he was good. Like, doesn't he put up a bunch of points? And then Florida fans online are just like, yeah, he puts up points, but he doesn't play fucking defense. He's a huge liability.
I'm surprised they haven't just thrown him at fourth line forward or something like that.
Which is hilarious because Q ended up playing 2 defensemen on the fourth line last year.
Yeah. So, but he has his Ironman streak was in question, and everybody is freaking out about that. But it came out today that, as a recording, he's supposed to be playing today and pushing his streak to 886 straight games?
867.
67, which is just stupid amount of hockey.
Yeah,
especially at the pro level.
But I mean, you can play 867 games in a row if you don't play defense.
Yeah.
You block no shots.
Yeah.
You don't hit anybody. You just try and play offense the whole time. and basically collect assists. Collect assists, collect paychecks.
Collect songs.
But yeah.
So yeah, that'll be interesting to see if that actually happens.
So, actually, since Yandel is playing, good thing for the Hawks. Anytime he's on the ice, put Kaner out there and fucking dangle him.
Well, before we were recording, you were talking about how maybe they'll just have him play power play, like the only time he sees ice is on the power play. So wait, if he gets say he gets put on like you're only playing power play, that's it. Hawks don't take a penalty the entire game. He isn't touched the ice. Does the streak technically continue?
I don't know. I feel like Q would just put him out there like at the end of the game for like a shift if that was the
go step out there and then like skate to the far board, come right back. Let's go. Like
it's literally like the puck's on its way on an icing. He's like off the ice, and then he sends Yandel out. They blow the icing, and he's like, "All right, Yandel, you got to come back off."
But good for Q though. Like he's always known as a player's coach. So if I'm feeling that if anybody is keeping his streak alive, if management is trying to like force him not to or have him not play, Q is the one that's kind of like fighting for him. And I kind of
that's just your thought though. Like Q could be the one that's just like, yo, I can't be on my fucking team. Like
just from story just from stories about him, because it's like I can also see it being like the other way too. Like you hear stuff with how he didn't like Versteeg and all that kind of stuff. Like it could go either way, but yeah, that'll be interesting to see. That puck drops tonight at 6. So when you're listening to this, that game will already be over, and hopefully we'll be talking next episode about the Hawks' first win.
Yeah, 1 and 2 maybe.
Yeah,
hey, let's not keep those expectations too high.
Yeah, because it's 2 games against Florida this upcoming week.
Yes, and then Detroit. Hey, Detroit Friday and Detroit Sunday. Ooh, hell yeah, dude. Next Sunday, Detroit at 11:30 a.m.
We're doing recording this during that. That'll be, if you thought us watching the Capitals game starting this podcast was bad, just wait till the Hawks are actually playing.
Yeah, it's good. It's gonna be like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah. So not to get our expectations too high, we could come back and have it be 4-2.
Hey,
I'll be happy. 3-3.
Last time I put out like a really high expectation of Kaner getting 5 points and Subban, they were like, "Oh, there's gonna be 5 points. It's just gonna be against you," and almost a shutout.
I just love that the group chat post was like talking about how bad Subban was, and I'm like, yeah. And Tanner said last time we recorded, Subban 33 save shutout, Kaner 5 points, and he's just like, oh, buddy.
Hey man, I was just throwing it out there, just because if that shit happened,
you know what? You just got to throw out predictions out there. It doesn't matter how many throw out there because one's bound to hit.
Maybe.
It's like going to the Kentucky Derby and betting on every single horse because one's going to at least win.
Yeah.
So
a broken clock is right twice a day. There you go.
Blind squirrel finds at least one nut. But yeah, so that's kind of any more opinion on the game or takeaways from those 2 games?
I'm excited to just see more of Kurashev, Suter, Mitchell. Like I want them to get more ice time because I think they're working pretty hard. And Kubalik, man, like stop dogging Kubalik. You fucking did it at the start of last season. And then he still put up 30 goals. What the fuck?
Literally our best goal scorer.
Yeah.
Like, we'll put him on like 4 or 5 minutes. Yeah.
I like it's not a bad game to watch. It's just the 5-minute span of 3 goals against in the 2 games where you're like, fuck, stop doing this. Like
they have to get that a complete 60, which has been a problem for them for not just this season, but the past couple.
Yeah.
Like they play 40 minutes and then but it's that 20 is what kills them. They play 50 minutes. It's that 10 minutes that kills them.
If they don't give up 2 goals immediately after giving up the first one, those games are lost 3-1 and 2-1 or 3-2. And it's like Okay, you look like you're much more in it. And they look like they're really fucking in it anyway. It's just the 5-minute span where they're like, oh, fuck. And then they're like, oh, shit. Oh, fuck again. Really? And then they're like, okay, well, let's start playing again.
Yeah. It's frustrating. You got to kind of wonder what that falls on. Does that fall on the players? Does that fall on the coach?
I don't know.
And if it's the coach's fault, how do you feel that he's going to be sticking around for 2 more years?
Well, if it's his fault, I think that's horseshit, but I don't think it's his fault.
Yeah. So Colliton, before the start of the season, I think the day of the season,
Yeah, I think so. It was like either day of or day before.
it was announced that he was signed to a 2-year extension. Overall opinion online was you thought that the team was folding.
Oh, yeah.
People were pissed that he got this extension. And I don't know. I personally think that it's the right move. I think he's, for the situation that this team is in right now, I think he is the right guy for that.
Yeah.
He's a winning coach. Sweden, he took a team, absolutely destroyed their league, got promoted to the higher tier out there, then comes over to Rockford after Rockford was struggling for a little bit, brings that team to the playoffs, and it was like a dominant like playoff run they had too. Didn't they? It wasn't like they only lost until they got knocked out. They only lost like 1 game or something like that. And his specialty is clearly young kids. So you're looking at a team that is full, especially this year. It is full of young kids, the
Yeah.
youth movement, and you want to get these guys developed the right way. Why would you not go with a guy that knows how to develop young talent?
Right. Like, if you're mad, what are you mad about? You want to bring in who? Babcock? You want to bring in like a fucking coach that's gonna that's won a Stanley Cup? There's no fucking point in doing that when the team's not capable of winning a Stanley Cup right now. Like, you want to develop the players. Like, you get a coach. You have our coach that's like going to be the one that's going to develop these players. Like, we don't need to go get like some big name coach. Like, that's not what should be happening here. Like, and like the thing too is, if he's already shown that he can do all this like development, it's clearly not a year in which like you're expected to win, but just you're expected to develop.
Yeah.
If he doesn't do that job, then I would say like, yeah, then you look somewhere else. But like, if he's not winning but developing players, I think that's kind of the route we're trying to go. Like, we're looking towards the future, not at the immediate, like this season.
Nobody but the delusional fan thinks that this team is going to win. It's written on the wall. The management, when Bowman was doing his press tour, trying to like calm everybody down about what was going on, like with the rebuild and all that kind of stuff, it was clear as day that we weren't shooting to win. We were shooting to build on our future and build talent from within. And Colliton's the guy that's going to do it, I really think. And I think that hopefully by the time that this youth is developed into winners, he'll be developed and he'll take his coaching to the next level. I think he's got the potential to be an elite coach. I think he is an extremely smart hockey guy that he's facing the same learning curve, I think, as the young guys. He was brought up way too quick, I think, to the coach to an NHL team.
Well, yeah, he was also thrown into a team that's on the downslide too. Like right now, I think we're kind of at the bottom where it's going to be time to start going up. But like, when he came in, the team was still going down.
Yeah, he was dealt a no-win situation. He was dealt with a crappy team that, like you said, is on the down. Was on the down. He was thrown into a position where he's replacing a legendary coach who was loved by the city. And I mean, like, he deserved to be loved by the city. Look what he did for us.
Yeah.
But like, there was no way he had 2 strikes against him right away before he even like stepped behind that bench. Yeah. So that's like,
and to come in and not be winning games, even though we were already not winning games, but to come in and not be winning games like everybody thought it was fucking 2010, 2013, 2015 still. Like, I don't know, like, you got to realize that we're not that kind of team that's just going to be a powerhouse every fucking year or in the playoffs every year. Like there's been moves that have made sure that that doesn't happen, and then the salary cap has made sure that doesn't happen. Like
it was a
we don't, like as much as like we love Patrick Kane and love Jonathan Taves, like you don't have they're not Sidney Crosby who and he literally can play everywhere and will that team to like the playoffs every year. And they're not Alex Ovechkin who if you need a goal, he's going to go score no matter what. Like those guys are in a crazy other tier. Like they will power their teams into the playoffs all the time. And the Hawks, like they're great. They'll make it to the playoffs when they can, and they'll do a good job when they're in there. But like
they willed their way. They willed their way into the playoffs last year in that weird situation.
Yeah.
And what do you guys? Everybody does. They bitch about making the playoffs. Oh, we should have just lost so we could have got the better draft pick. Like, what the hell do you guys want? Like, and I know I said that too. I said that we should have lost to go to the draft pick too. But at the end of the day, too, I like the experience that those young guys got, especially Kirby Dach. And it just sucks too that he got sidelined this year because I really thought this was his coming out season. Like this was the year that he was gonna enter the league and show like, hey, I'm the real deal. I'm gonna be a threat for you guys.
With the way that he was looking too, I was like, oh, he's gonna end up being the fucking best draft pick in that draft.
Yeah.
Like, and it's upsetting because now he's just gonna be a full season behind again, like Kakko and Hughes, which I think he can still end up being better than both of them. Like
especially when Hughes is missing the net with a freaking knuckle puck.
Holy shit! What a great highlight. If you haven't seen that, go look up Jack Hughes's fucking shot. Who are they playing?
They were playing Boston,
and he just falls over and misses the net wide, and it's just bad. And I'm like,
I don't have a slap shot to save my life, and I'm confident I could have been better on net than that.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
But yeah, I mean, it's a bummer, especially when you're trying to play young guys this year to not have like our best young guy. But he's still only about to be like 20 years old. He's got plenty of time. It's fucking crazy. God, how young. Makes me feel old.
I know it's so weird because I'm like, yeah, like, oh God, this kid is awesome. Then I'm like, oh my God, I'm like 11 years older than him. This is fucking weird. Like, I'm convinced I can never buy a Hawks jersey with a current player anymore because it's just weird.
I would get one. I'm just not gonna wear it.
I'm gonna wear it. It's got to be a player that I grew up watching.
I'm just gonna tell everybody it's my son.
Oh God. But yeah, so 2 more years of Colliton.
Yeah. That's right. That's what we were talking about.
Yeah. We'll see how that goes. I mean, I really hope that once it gets to a point where they can start making moves where they think it's time to start winning again, Stan has the sense to make that and not pull the trigger like he's known from the past. Like there's been times with Stan's history as a GM, he either pulls the trigger way too soon or he waits just that moment too long. So it was oh God, I don't want to talk about Stan.
You're saying like he holds on too long?
Yeah, he holds on too long. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think a good example is when he actually correctly pulled the trigger is not signing Crawford.
Yeah.
One where he held on too long is signing Seabrook.
Yeah.
But I mean, every GM's going to do that shit, man. It's just we get to be more critical because it's our GM.
And to think how bad he's been the past couple of years with his contracts and not making the right moves, and he's still got a promotion where it's going to take a lot for him to get fired now.
Yeah, that's all right. Whatever. As long as we aren't in the basement like Buffalo for 10 plus years, I'll end up being okay.
I just want to beat Detroit this year. I just don't want Detroit to have a better record
Hey,
than us.
it's gonna be at least competitive games.
I don't know if you watch Detroit at all. They're any of their games to start the season. They're playing Carolina to open up, and they covered their seats in Little Caesars Arena with the red tarp.
Pizza Arena.
Yeah. So they have the red tarp. They have like red walls. They're all wearing nothing but red. Carolina's got white with like the red pants and all that. It was so hard to watch. I'm just like, this is way too much fucking red. Like it was hard to like focus.
Like a Russian inter squad game.
Yeah, right. But
It's gonna look the same when the Blackhawks are there, basically.
yeah. Oh, at least the Hawks have black pants and stuff.
Yeah.
But last little bit of Hawks news that I have. Sealer was placed on unconditional waivers for purpose of buyout. He cleared. And Colliton came out today.
Termination?
Yeah, I believe so.
Not buyout.
Well, termination, buyout, whatever. Isn't it?
No, it's not, because buyout would go against the cap still.
Oh, so termination is complete. It's not on the books at all.
If it's a contract termination, then it's just the contract's void.
Oh, cool. I thought there was still something on the book.
It would be like a mutual agreement between the player and the organization.
Even better then. Okay, so he unconditional waivers for termination. He cleared.
That's what's going on.
Yeah. Colliton was talking to the media today, this morning, and said that the reason they did that was because he refused to report for his AHL assignment. Sorry, bud.
I mean, we got him off of waivers from Minnesota.
Yeah.
He played only a couple of games.
The only like big highlight of his is the fight against his own team in the scrimmage a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
I mean,
we have a bunch of young defensemen I'd rather see play.
That's got to be like a little demoralizing a little bit, knowing that you can't crack the roster on a team that's not doing great with.
I mean, I don't know if it's that. It's just like they probably are just like, yeah, I mean, we don't really need them.
So
like, they're probably in the same boat. They want to play the young guys, and the only veterans they want to use are going to be like DeHaan, Murphy, and Keith.
Oh, last thing too. So Doc, we mentioned a little bit earlier, Doc and Taves were officially moved to LTIR. It's already expected Doc's going to miss the entire season. With Taves, it means he has to miss at least the 10. Is it 10 games or 24 days, or is it 10 days and 24 days?
Oh, I have no idea.
I think, yeah. So it's
I haven't looked that far into LTIR.
Yeah. So it's 10 games, 24 days that he's going to be out. So it's going to be at least probably a month before, even if he's able to play, it's going to be like a month before he can actually get out there, month and a half.
Yeah. But with no news about what's going on, I'm just assuming they still have no idea what's like.
I'll be shocked if he plays this year, to be honest.
Really? I really hope not. I don't want to be shocked that way.
Just the way,
don't set that bar that way, my guy.
I'm just saying though, because just the way that we were talking in his press conference, and then the way it was worded, like he's indefinitely out, no timeline, and all that kind of stuff. It just kind of seems like they were saying he's not going to play without saying he's not going to play. Mm-hmm. That's just the vibe I got from their conference and all that kind of stuff. I could be wrong, but like I said, new theme of our show and our life is the Tanner. Set the bar low expectations.
That's the way you gotta do it for the next couple seasons.
Yeah, you got anything else for Hawks talk?
No.
Oh, all right.
I'm hoping we can get a nice little Rangers rebuild where win the lottery again, or technically won the lottery with Kirby Doc, win the lottery again and be like, oh, rebuild over. Right. Let's go. I mean, yeah, that's about it.
Yeah. So, I mean,
Hawks and Panthers tonight. Let's go.
NHL talk. Jimmy Howard retired, or is expected to retire. Ken Holland asked if he would be willing to come out to play for Edmonton, and he said that he was starting the process of retiring, and he was going to announce on social media shortly. And you guys were kind of going into it last night about him. that he kind of had probably the worst luck career of
Yeah,
most players.
kind of. I mean, he got drafted in '03 to Detroit, played his entire career there. He didn't really get to see the net until like I forgot. It was like the year. It was the year after they lost to the Penguins. So he wasn't on their Stanley Cup championship team. Um, and the year after they lost to the Penguins was when the Hawks won, and they just never made it back to the Stanley Cup Finals after that. Even though the team was still like somewhat good, pretty like somewhat stacked a little bit. But yeah, they just were on the downgrade from then on, and the team just got worse and worse as his career progressed. And it's like, damn, man, you went to a basic like early dynasty, and then that was like the later '90s and or in like through the 2000s. And then as soon as it's your net now, the team's like, yeah, man, we got nothing left in us. We're kind of going down now. And it's like, fuck, dude. Probably was so excited when he got drafted. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna win a Stanley Cup for sure.
Yeah, I got to
But
watch a couple Stanley Cups. Man, that was awesome.
yeah, right. Got to play for Team USA.
I mean, he had a good. He had a good career. Like nothing crazy, nothing to hit home about. He's not. I mean, not going to be a Hall of Fame candidate, but I mean, there's nothing to be ashamed about the career he had. He made his money.
Yeah, I'm kind of just a little surprised that he's hanging him up, but I mean, not entirely too surprised because I think what he's like 35,
35 or 36, I think.
36. Yeah,
He's like Crow's age, so I mean, same draft class, same.
that's crazy. Actually, thinking about that, him and Crawford both are retiring the same season. Detroit versus Chicago. They played against each other in that awesome series in 2013. I only say it's awesome because the Hawks came back from 3-1.
Oh, I mean, that was an awesome series.
Yeah. But yeah, that's end of a weird era for goalies, I'd say.
Yeah,
It's yeah, I guess oh my god, thinking about it, it's so weird. Like Lundqvist isn't playing this year, Crawford's done, Howard's done.
speaking of Lundqvist, though, real quick, is it like, am I just like underestimating medical like technology now that they were talking about him between the first period of this game that he left the hospital and he posted pictures on Instagram. He walked out of the hospital like no problem. Like that blows my mind. He has open heart surgery and he's just, yeah, I'm out.
What do you want him to fucking wheel out in a wheelchair?
No, like I just think that's
Not a thing.
insane for like how like crazy, like how serious open heart surgery is. Like that blows my mind. How
Yeah, I
good
mean,
medical technology is now. Like that's
I've
insane.
never had it done, but I just I don't know what to expect. I don't know what you're expecting.
I just figured it would be a little bit more of a like, a rehab period, like,
It's not like he just walked in, had a procedure, and walked out, and it was like 2 hours, and he's
oh,
just like, "Oh, see
I
you guys
know, I
later."
know. I think it's just insane, like how far medical is come, like medical technology has come. Like that's insane to me. Like I've seen videos of people that have like brain surgery and are like living their lives normally, like within like 4 or 5 days. Like that's fucking insane to me. I don't know. I guess I'm easily impressed, I guess. I don't know.
I think so. I mean, do you read a lot of books about medieval like medical procedures where they're using leeches and hanging people upside down?
No, should I be?
I mean, if that's your thing.
Yeah, so what's going on in the NHL? A bunch of captains got, not a bunch, but a couple captains being named
It's true, yeah.
for the start of the season. Dylan Larkin takes the C for Detroit, which was like the biggest, like, no duh out of everybody. Mark Stone
For Vegas.
for Vegas, which that one was a little surprising, but also I guess not.
Jared Spurgeon in Minnesota,
Minnesota, yeah.
right?
So I think that leaves New York, Ottawa.
Man, I saw this the other day, and I can't remember who else. Rangers, Ottawa.
And that's it.
Is that it? Who's the Sabres captain?
Eichel.
Is it Eichel?
Yeah.
You got to see. Okay. Who
I
the
don't
fuck? Wait, who's the captain in Montreal? Shea?
Shea Weber.
Oh my god, I can't think.
NHL captain.
I thought there was more. Shit.
I'm pulling it up. Let's see. New Jersey doesn't have one.
Okay, there we go.
The Rangers and Senators. Everybody else has one.
That's what I thought. I thought there was at least one more. I wonder who gets it in New Jersey.
PK.
I think PK would get. I don't think PK would get it. I think they would do something like Nico Hischier.
Yeah.
Senators. I can see like Thomas Chabot.
I think it's gonna be Shabbat. I think it's just. It's kind of weird when you have teams that have like obvious guys that could be it.
Yeah.
They don't. New York's gonna be tough. I think there's a bunch of guys on there that could realistically sit up in that role.
I think they might wait and just make it like Lafreniere.
Yeah, could be. But I mean, look at Lafreniere. You got. I can see Panarin. I can see Zibanejad. Kreider.
Chris Kreider, yeah.
So I mean, there's 3-4 guys you can make an argument for. I think
Panarin
would be last on that list, but I think you can still make an argument for him.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't think there were anything too surprising about the ones that were named, though.
No. Still, yeah, I was like just a little taken back because I was like with Pacioretty and Petrangelo and all that, and then, but that's like also one guy's coming in first year, and other guys every other day is in a trade rumor. So it makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, no one's really been on the team that long. The team hasn't been around that long.
That's fair. This is what, fourth season?
Fourth, right?
No idea.
It's their fourth because they went to the finals the first year and then lost in the playoffs twice.
Yeah, you're right. So fourth year. But all right, any big surprises for you or anything that you're kind of shocked on that's happened so far in this very short season?
Fucking Detroit has a win and we don't. That's it. That's like the big one there.
That one hurts a little bit.
No, I don't think there's anything else. Oh, Colorado just got all up in St. Louis's ass the other day, so that made me feel pretty good.
8-0.
Yeah. Yes.
How bad does Colorado look with that blue?
Oh, I don't like it.
The blue sleeve. I mean, the jerseys haven't changed, but now they finally put the same blue for like the helmet and the pants. That's way too much.
It's oh my god, what's that insurance commercial where people are acting like their parents?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yep, we all see it. Their helmets are blue. They're blue. The helmets are blue.
Blue. Oh my god. You don't have to say it.
You don't have to say it.
I really hope that's just a 1-year thing because it's their anniversary, like 25th anniversary or something like that.
Man, to do any anniversary, like anytime I hear anniversary jerseys, I think about those sick fucking Buffalo Sabres ones.
Yeah.
The white with the gold. Oh my god. I want one of those bad.
Yeah. I will say too, the Golden Knight jerseys grew on me.
I didn't watch the game, so I haven't
seen a lot better, especially with Marc-Andre's all gold setup.
Oh yeah.
Looked like gold member from Austin Powers, but
I love gold.
I still hate the white gloves though. I'm not a fan at all of those, but they make sense with those jerseys.
I've always kind of liked white gloves, but it's all right. I'm not gonna say anything. It
you
depends
just be
on
quiet.
the
You've always liked it because everybody else in our group like hates them, so you're just like, yeah, fuck them.
well, Post said he likes him, and I was just like, yeah. Actually, I'm not gonna say anything, but it really depends on the setup, the whole setup itself. Like, if it makes sense.
The only time that I think I really liked them was the Buffalo anniversary ones. Those
Those
look
are sick.
good. Yeah.
Like I said, those anniversary jerseys and that whole setup is just nasty.
Oh man.
Gotta get it. I want to get one of those.
I keep looking at like so many jerseys I want to get. Like Arizona's been wearing their Kachina for the 2 games so far. And I'm like, I want to fill Kachina jersey so bad.
I mean, hey, that shows you that Adidas is doing something right. Getting want all these jerseys, man.
Dude, I'm curious when they're gonna start. I want to see a schedule for reverse
The
retro
retros?
jerseys.
Yeah.
When we're gonna see those in games. Because the only one right now for sure is Vegas versus Colorado at Lake Tahoe, which is gonna be awesome.
Yes. Oh, did we talk about Lake Tahoe at all last time?
I think we mentioned it. I don't think it was the teams we said we're playing or not.
I don't know. I think it's hilarious if anybody hasn't seen the Belmare and Burakovsky interview where what is it? Like Belmare is just like
Oh,
so I've never played on a lake before and I'm so excited. And Burakovsky's like, we're not playing on the lake, we're playing on the side, like on the golf course. And he's like, what? No, my dreams. Just like the funniest and so genuinely like heartbroken moment.
that would have been insane if they could have figured it out though, how to play on the lake.
Right. But not gonna happen.
Not gonna happen. That would have been awesome though. Oh, I guess press conference. We got to talk about Voracek.
Oh yeah.
God, Voracek just going off on what's his name, Mike.
Some fucking sports writer in Philly,
and basically was asking him a question. And the second he hears this guy's voice, Voracek's hands in his face, and it's just like, doesn't matter what the fuck I say, you're gonna write shit anyways. Like,
yeah, you weasel.
yeah, calls him a weasel. Oh my god, I love it when these players just don't give a shit.
Konechny that was next to him, and he's just like,
He's drinking his water, and then as he says that, he's like, he looks, he's like, whoa, shit! Like, did you hear that? Like,
the fucking Mike Myers Kanye moment.
oh my god! But he was, and it kills me. Like the clip we posted on our social media, like cuts it off. But there's a longer clip that sees them asking Konecki a question, and he's sitting there and he's like trying so hard to keep like the straight face because he was just ready to lose it because he looks over at Voracek and Voracek's got like a smirk on his face. God, like you need more of that kind of stuff with. I mean, the players need that. I mean, I think the players need to show personality like that. Same thing goes to New Jersey when they're interviewing the rookie that scored the game-winning goal, and he clearly does not speak English well, and he just has no clue what he's saying. And they're asking like, "Oh, how did it feel? Reaction from the boys?" He's like, I don't know. You talking about the boys?
Sharangovich.
Yeah. And there's like, yeah, the boys. And when he realizes that he's asking about the guys, like he gets a big smile on his face. He's like, I don't know. I just happy.
That is happy. And, oh, well, thanks for this. And he's like, oh, yes, thank you. And it's like, don't like it's cool to like try and get the interview, but as soon as you're like, oh, like he has no fucking clue what I'm talking about, just be like, oh man, nice goal. Thanks. And he's gonna be like, yes, thank you.
Goal. Happy. Win.
Yeah, it was so great. It reminds me of when like Panarin was first on the Hawks and like barely knew any English.
Oh god, I remember that. We were all like texting, like, oh god, this is brutal. Like
it's the greatest.
Like, the poor guy making him talk.
Oh, Breadman, miss him. God, just imagine like if we had Panarin still. Playoffs, baby.
Playoffs every year.
But
Panarin, Doc,
smart enough.
Fucking salary cap. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, right. Can't pay everybody everything.
Yeah, there's no way we're gonna pay Panarin what, the 12 million he's got.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was not gonna fucking happen. But
it's okay. Well, I'm glad that he's doing his thing in New York. Oh, has he scored yet? I think he has.
I think he scored finally.
Scored last night.
They got shut out the first game.
Yes.
And they shut out Islanders the second game.
Oh yeah, 5-0. Yeah. Okay. I don't know. Anything else?
I think that about does it. So
Hockey, man. First almost full week is up, and it's been great.
he's back. Washington, Pittsburgh right now, tied 3-3. And the best part of this game is having it silent because I have to hear them talk about goddamn Chara playing for Washington and how weird it is.
Did they still have that one counted?
Yeah, I still don't understand how that is a goal.
Hilarious. Yeah. All right. Well.
All right. So this is episode 120. What are we calling it, Tanner?
The start of something bad.
Start of something bad. I like it.
Oh man.
All right. So thanks for tuning in.
Yeah.
What's up?
I know this is kind of not a hockey thing, but this week is could be potentially pretty brutal. I don't know, like with protests and everything. And I just wanted to make sure everybody, stay safe, be smart, don't do anything stupid, please, and hopefully everybody just keeps their heads. A lot of crazy shit going on in America right now, and I really don't want things to fucking get crazy.
Escalate worse, yeah. I don't take my role. Ever since the last crazy shit that happened in this country, which is kind of hard to get, you can say what was that because there's so many you can pick from. I've done like a media freeze. Like I've just stopped watching the media because it just was going insane and all that. I feel a lot better. Like it's kind of nice to ignore what all that shit's going on and like the negativity that I took it out of my life by doing that. It's insane, but it's gonna be really fucking interesting to see what happens this week. I didn't even realize. I'm so lost on what day it is. I completely forgot it. That's coming up already.
I would really like a not interesting thing to happen. So
that's just not the way.
With your memes that I've seen recently online is just like, hey, I'm getting real tired of living these once in a lifetime historical events. Can we stop doing that, please? It's not fun anymore. Okay.
I think we're in for a show. Let's
anyway.
That's all right. The world will be burning and we'll be watching hockey. So that's okay.
Just don't melt the ice.
Yeah. All right. So thanks for tuning in. This is episode 120, the start of something bad, which feels really weird now saying that after what you just said.
Oh, God.
Be sure to check us out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Pandora, and leave us a review on Apple Podcasts. Get us up, subscribe to us on YouTube, visit our website, wcbenders.com. And yeah, I got nothing else.
All right. Awesome. Good job, bud. Love you, boys.